He fired me for refusing to lie to customers. Marcus Chen gave me my first real job out of college. I was broke, desperate, drowning in student loans. He owned 3 car dealerships across the state, wore tailored suits, and drove a new luxury car every day like he was auditioning for a mob movie. During my interview, he looked at my secondhand tie and said, "You're hungry. I like hungry. Hungry people work harder." The job? Sales associate at his flagship dealership, learn the business, hit quotas, build a career. He promised mentorship, advancement, maybe even part ownership someday. For 6 months, it felt real. I learned the ropes, financing, trade-ins, customer service. Marcus took me to industry events, introduced me as his rising star. I was all in, until one night, he called me into his office after hours. "Time to learn the real business," he said, pulling a thick folder from his filing cabinet. Inside, contracts. Hundreds. All altered. All dirty. "Customer thinks they're paying 4% interest," Marcus grinned. "Bank gets 7%. We pocket the difference." I blinked. "That's fraud," he laughed. "That's business. Everyone does it." Then he looked me dead in the eye. "Your job is to make them feel good signing anything." "I can't lie to people," I said. His smile vanished. "You can, you will, or find another job." I needed the paycheck. My mom was behind on her mortgage. I was barely affording rent. So I tried to survive, help customers without crossing certain lines. Marcus noticed fast. "Rodriguez moved 15 cars last month," he said. "You moved 6. I'm focusing on customer satisfaction. I don't pay you to make friends." I tried harder. Told people extended warranties were basically free. Assured them that 18% interest was the best in their bracket. It felt gross. But the breaking point? Mrs. Patterson. Elderly, recently widowed, living on Social Security. Marcus pulled me aside and whispered, "Perfect target. Probably has life insurance money." She had $12,000 in cash. I showed her a 2018 Honda Civic. Reliable, fuel efficient. Perfect. Marcus swooped in. "Actually, let me show you something better," he said, walking her over to a 2015 BMW with 95,000 miles. "It's practically stealing at $22,000. He smiled. She looked confused. "I only have $12,000. "No problem," Marcus said. "Your monthly payment would be just $380. I did the math. That was over $27,000 total for a car worth half that. "Mrs. Patterson," I said gently, "maybe we should go back to the Civic." "The Honda's sold," Marcus lied. That night, I watched her drive away in a car that would financially destroy her. Her hands were shaking as she signed the loan. I went home and wrote my resignation. The next morning, I handed Marcus the letter. He didn't even read it, just crumpled it and tossed it. "You think you're better than this?" he sneered. "You signed a non-compete. You can't sell cars anywhere else for 2 years." I walked out anyway. I was behind on rent, 1 check away from eviction, but I made a decision. I picked up the phone and called the state attorney general's office. "I want to report fraudulent business practices," I said, "and I have documentation." What Marcus never knew? I'd been quietly copying everything. Every dirty contract, every scammed customer, every shredded decimal. The investigation lasted 6 months. I waited tables while the case built. Then one morning, the feds hit all 3 dealerships at once. Marcus was arrested in front of customers at his flagship location, cuffed in his designer suit. He tried to paint me as a disgruntled ex-employee, but the evidence? Rock solid. He pleaded guilty, lost his dealerships, lost his money, lost his freedom. Sentenced to 4 years. Ordered to pay $8.2 million in restitution. Mrs. Patterson got a full refund. She sent me a thank you card with a picture of her new Honda. Reliable, affordable. 6 months after the trial, I landed a job with the state's Consumer Protection Agency, investigating automotive fraud. I helped stop people like Marcus. Last month, he got out on parole. Works in a call center now, selling extended warranties to people who'll never see his smirk. His old flagship dealership? It's a community college campus now. They teach automotive technology and business ethics. Some say integrity is expensive. I learned it's actually the only thing you can afford to keep.